Hey guys, it's George, the Bass Soldiers. I want to show you something today. I've got some parts for a spinnerbait here, and the spinnerbait, for me at least, has been one of my most effective baits. I catch a lot of checks on the spinnerbait. And the spinnerbait is a very versatile bait. You can use it in several different applications at all times of the year. What we got laid out here is I've got spinnerbait blanks. They're already pre-made up. You can buy these just this way, and if you want to do it the long way, you can buy the wire. You can pour your own heads. You can do anything you choose to, as much as you want to do or as little as you want to do. This is the way I bought these. I've got the blanks, which has got a 1/2 ounce head already with an eye mounted in the head, and the hook and the wire already in place. What you have now for the basic components of your spinnerbait, obviously you got blades, and I'm building willow leaves today. I'm going to build one with painted blades, and I'm going to build one with metallic blades, silver or chrome and gold, and white and white. You've got these little beads, and you can get these in any way you want. If you want plastic, or you want metal, or colored, or clear, anything that you want, it's available out there on the internet. All these parts are readily available. You can pick anybody you want to do business with if you want to build your own stuff. Spinnerbait's fairly easy to do. Like I say, if you buy the blanks just like this, you don't even have to have a smelter. You don't have to melt your own lead. You don't have to do any of the hard part. This makes it really, really easy. But like I said, we got blades, we got separators that go between the blades, and we've got pre-made skirts. You can do this the same way. You can build your own skirts. You can buy skirt material, and you can use the plastic keepers, or you can thread them on there just like they do with jigs or tying flies, anything you want. Alright guys, this is how it goes. First thing you want to do, this is a small clevis that goes on, it holds your front blade on. What you'll notice on all the spinnerbaits that you've ever seen is you have on a tandem spinnerbait, whether it's a willow leaf or Colorado Indiana or Colorado willow, anything that you want to do. And you can do this on your own. You can pick and choose combinations. If you fish muddier water, you might want the Indiana Colorado, or you might want twin Colorados, or if you fish clear water, you might want willow leaves. And the way this works, I'll try to do this so you can see it. You can hang this clevis on here. The first lobe of the clevis, it's just got holes through the flat. It's got 2 flat ends and a round belly part to it. And the clevis, you just stick the first section on the wire. And then when you go to put the blade on there, the belly part of the blade, the outside part, goes down first. You just stick it on the clevis, and then you can mount the clevis up on the wire. The reason you do that is so it'll spin. If you put it on there the other way, it'll be backwards, and it will not spin. But as long as the belly's down, you're good on the front end, and that works with every style of blade. Then what we got to do is we got to do spacers. Now, depending on the size of the blade, if you do say a 2.5, you want a really small willow leaf on the front, and y'all can look at a size chart on the internet. It'll show you exactly what size the blades are. So if I'm talking over your head a little bit with numbers, so if I say 2.5 and you don't know what that means, just hang in there, because it's not really that big a deal. You can find that out easily. But we got the first one on, and we've put our spacers on. And like I say, this is a little bit of a feel thing. You'll get used to this after you've had a few on there. But we went with blank, clevis for our front blade, spacers, and now we have got to make a bend in the end of our wire. And this bend is where our rear blade will mount. You buy the blanks like this with a straight wire. You take this is just an old pair of needle nose pliers. And what I did to them is we took a grinding wheel and ground that down. Now they make these pliers, you can buy them every day. But I just made these on my own. So you can do the same thing. If you got an old pair of pliers and they're not much good for anything else, grind them down. And the reason you're grinding that down is it allows you to make a smaller loop with them. The small loop is very important. You don't want to waste all your wire length on the loop that you bend for your spinnerbait. The way I do this is I've done this enough that I understand that if I go all the way to the end of the wire with my pliers and I make my first bend, I don't completely bend it, I just bend it straight down. And that gives me a place to start from. Then I come back up right in front of the bend, immediately in front of the bend, and make my second twist. See, that gives me a more or less of a loop. And what you'll find out is when you make these bends by hand, you will come off, they will be off centered, and you'll have to do a little bit of straightening. So now we've got our loop, we've got our first blade on, but you just take the swivel itself and press it up onto the wire, and once the split ring opens up and you get the wire inside the split ring, you just twist it around until the split ring is completely on the wire. And basically there's a spinnerbait. That's what you got. That's the business part right there. That's what matters most. Now, skirt color combinations, all that stuff. Like I say, I got a pre-made one today, and like I told you before, I really like it. And you just obviously just run it up on there. There's a little knob that kind of keeps your skirt in place. Me personally, I like the lighter colors at the bottom with the darker colors at the top, but again, that's personal preference. That's whatever you want to do with it. But we just went from a blank and a bunch of pieces to something that'll catch fish.